In this video, I'm going to talk about the supply and demand. What exactly moved the price? And basically, that's psychology. I mean, would you buy something that is really expensive, or would you rather wait for the price to drop? But how much would you wait? And that depends on your psychology. Some people are desperate and they buy high, and some other people think they cannot sell anymore at a higher price, so they sell low. And that's what happens a lot of times in the market. As you can see, for example here, let's imagine that the people say, okay, 40k is just too much for Bitcoin, I'm not going to buy anymore. So a small kind of, let's imagine that now not a lot of people think it's a good time to buy Bitcoin at 40k, so they start selling. So a small group of people start to sell, and other people start to notice, hey, the price is falling, not rising as it used to be. What's going on? But that's just a small portion of people. So another small group of people start to buy again, and they say, okay, it's time to buy it because it went down, this is going to rally, I don't want to be missed out. That's the FOMO, fear of missing out. But then people start noticing some patterns like this inverted hammer here and this engulfing bearish candle here. So a lot of people think, okay, maybe this is not going up anymore, this is going down. So all the people that have purchased down here now switch into selling. So that's what makes the price go down. But how far will the price go? And that's usually where Fibonacci tells us to find a place where we can get support. And support means that there's a lot of people expecting here the price. Here's a lot of people expecting price to fall. And this is what's called support. Okay? And then when the price goes to this price here, so a lot of people are expecting support here in this Fibonacci level. A lot of people can also think that this is price is coming back to 30k. It has dropped around $10,000 of price, so they are thinking, okay, it has dropped enough, I want to buy again. So another group of people is going to buy again, making the price to go up. So the price comes up here, but the sellers doesn't want to be selling down here, so they start to sell here, and that's when the price comes back again. But there are more buyers than sellers, and that makes the price move again into a sequence of 1, 2, and 3. How high will the price will go? Well, usually price always returns to the 786 or 618. In this case, it's again 786, and that means that a lot more amount of sellers are not waiting to sell here or sell low anymore. They are expecting this kind of range of price to sell. So they are opening orders here because they don't want to sell low, they want to sell high, and a lot of people are looking at this. So when the price comes back up here, we can say that here's a lot of people expecting to sell. And here's a lot of people expecting to buy. And then with this new top, we can call this resistance. And that's how the price always moves. It keeps inside a range. If it goes below this range, it's gonna drop really hard, and if it goes on above it, it's gonna go real up and move to the next stage, as we can call it. So the psychology behind the price is just illusions of where do you think it's enough, but you have to go along with the masses, and that's when Fibonacci comes into play, and also the patterns. A lot of people also uses ranges of support, but horizontally. But this doesn't actually work because you can see the price is not straight, it's always diagonal. So it makes more sense to put a resistance and support zone with diagonal trend lines like that one. And as you can see, this price came back down and it didn't touch the trend line, it went down again. So if I use my support trend line here, once the price breaks below it, it goes away. And this is the truth of trends, and that's how we can catch the price movements and we can understand if the price is going up or it's going down. So let's watch this slide for a second and understand what happens behind the psychology of perception. I know that a lot of people are going to see here a triangle when they connect the dots. Not many people will connect these inner dots to find another triangle inverted. And the same happens with the square that you can see here. But once I told you about this triangle, it may be more probable that you're starting to see this diamond inside the square. And this is really interesting because that's how we influence each other. And we have a tendency to see things in a natural way if they are rising or they are falling. In this case, we can actually see that this is an uptrend and not a downtrend like the one we see down here. It does higher heights, higher lows, and it does lower heights and lower lows. This can make us understand if the price is going up or if it's going down. And we use trend lines for that. The trend lines are one of the best tools that you can use to do that. For example, if we use this trend line, we can see that here we have a 1 and 2. So I can expect more movements down when it comes close to this trend line, as you can see here, as you can see here, and as you can see here. But once this trend line is broken to the above side, it's no longer resistance, but it turns into support. It goes back down, touches the trend line, and move up forward. Then I mark here another trend line, and I can see that the price is supporting like 1 and 2 and 3, but once it breaks below, it breaks this resistance trend line and it turns support to resistance, and then it goes back again. And when that happens, I continue moving my trend line, and I can see that in the future when it comes back here, it tries to go down, it tries to go up, but it doesn't decide. But once it breaks above it and stays above it, a lot of people say, okay, this is not going down anymore, and that's when the price actually goes up. So basically the price movement depends on trends. That's why we use trend lines, to understand if the price is going up or the price is going down. And that's it for this video. Hopefully you like it, and I make myself clear how important the trend lines are when we want to watch a price movement. Why it goes up, why it goes down. It's just psychology, and you have to move along with the masses.